knowing or restricting to good condition. Renovation can be materialistic or spiritual. If we take renovation as a spiritual meaning, we can rebuild our heart and soul. In our personalities, we can reconstruct consciousness, agreeableness, and emotional stability. Let go of any labels and cultivate a growth mindset, which is a way of thinking in flexible and open terms so that you can change. Free yourself emotionally by letting go of anger and believing in your ability to love and show thanks. With this spirit of renovation, we are going to have great meeting today. Now, I am going to invite our first speaker, whose project title is First We Listen, Then We Think, and Finally We Construct. Jacob will be presenting his speech on evaluation and feedback for the second time. His purpose for the second presentation is to apply the feedback he received from his first presentation. Let's welcome our first speaker, Jacob Nalish.
Hold on, don't we have to introduce the evaluation team?
Before we start with the speech of the evening, we need to introduce the evaluation team.
Oh,
please.
yeah. Okay. Let's go back. Okay. Before, Jacob, you start your speech, I'm going to invite our general evaluator. And today, the general evaluator is Mr. Akin Oni, and he's going to introduce his team. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As you heard, my name is Akin Oni, and I will be the general evaluator tonight. But I can't do the general evaluation alone. I've got a team of people. First is, I'm going to call on the grammarian. Grammarian is our club president, Dr. Ohe Alba, as I like to call him.
Yeah. Appreciate it. So tonight, my mission is to evaluate everything grammar going into the meeting, listening to your speeches, listening to the way you use the English words, English grammar, and evaluate everything related to language here. Also, before I start the meeting, I'm going to introduce the word of the evening, which is reverencence. Reverencence means to grow new again, or to grow again, or to become young again. So nothing more special for this meeting, actually, when we are going to have a new board of directors in this club than to use that word reverencence, which means to grow new, to have new blood into our club. So that is the word of the evening. Please try to use it as much as possible through the evening, your speeches, in your prepared speeches, or in your impromptu speeches. Thank you very much.
Jorge, can you repeat that word?
Reverencence, it's in our agenda.
Drop it in the chat.
I'll put it in the chat. For everyone.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Grammarian. Our next functionary is the hour counter. And the hour counter tonight is who? Okay, thank you, Jessica. I thought so. Jessica, go ahead. Please introduce yourself and your role.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Oh, sorry, general evaluator. So my role for the night is the R counter, and I will note the use of the word and sounds such as a crunch word or a filler word during the pause during your speech. And I will record the words like you use and, so, but, you know, or anything else that you use. And also the sounds like the, those type of sounds during your speech. At the end of the meeting, I will give our counter report. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, Jessica. The next functionary of my team tonight is the timer. And the timer is?
I can volunteer to be the timer.
Timer, thank you very much.
I'll be timing all the speeches.
Okay.
And make it more formal. Thank you. Yeah,
Yes.
so as a timer, I will be timing all the speeches that we're going through the evening tonight. And I will be timing also the impromptu speeches. And obviously the general evaluations of the speeches. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, okay? Appreciate that. And the last but not the least is the ballot counter. The ballot counter is gonna be me. As your ballot counter tonight, I will be collecting ballots, pushing out the electronic ballot after our speeches and evaluations have been delivered, and tally the results for the club. Now, because I don't have my Zoom on, I recommend that you text me. Please, to those of you who are online, Rafia, Jessica, and I forgot the gentleman, Nick. Okay, Rafia, Nick, and Jessica. Just text your ballots to me at 832-331-4713. That is 832-331-4713. 832-331-4713. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Without further ado, I'm going to turn this back to Madam Toastmaster. Toastmaster Rafia, the floor is completely yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Now I'm coming back to the introduction of Jacob's speech. And I said before that his title of the speech is First We Listen, Then We Think, and Finally We Construct. And Jacob's speech he will be presenting his speech on evaluation and feedback for the second time. His purpose for the second presentation is to apply the feedback he received from his first presentation. So we would like to welcome our first speaker, Jacob Nalesh.
Thank you very much, ladies, and thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Greatly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be presenting the same presentation the second time as mentioned by Madam Toastmaster. The reason for doing so is essentially my goal is to take what criticism, constructive criticism I received from my first speech, apply it, and give that speech again in hopes of learning and applying what I did learn. As Madam Toastmaster mentioned, the name of my speech is First We Listen, Then We Think, and Finally We Construct. One thing that we always want to keep in mind that whenever we're giving some type of constructive criticism is we really want to listen to what somebody has to say. I know personally from my experience that I have given somebody constructive criticism without actually taking in their full thought. And from that is actually rude on my part. But most importantly, I really don't know exactly what they're trying to say and the message that they're trying to send. So keep in mind, the first thing that we need to do is to really listen to what they have to say. The next thing that we need to do is we need to think about what they said. Did their thought come through clearly? Maybe do we need to follow up and ask them questions? Okay, so think about what they had to say. And finally, after we've listened to what they've had to say, we think about what they've said, we need to give them some form of constructive criticism if it is needed, so to help them learn and to progress in their public communication skills. Now, what we're going to go through today is we're going to start out with some type of feedback with a purpose. We're going to go why feedback is important. We're going to go to keep it positive, because we all, despite getting and receiving feedback, feedback is one of those things we can potentially take it personal, and it's one thing that we don't need to do. We always need to keep in mind that taking it personally or keeping it positive, is very important, because we always want to use it in a positive manner and to learn and to grow. The next thing that we need to do is we need to discuss applying what we've learned. As I've mentioned, this is my second time giving this speech. The first time I received constructive criticism on things that I could do better in my speech, and I hope that I've essentially applied what I learned to my second speech in order to do it in a better, more effective manner. And finally, what we're going to discuss is staying open-minded. Even though that we've asked essentially for this constructive criticism, sometimes we may think it's not needed. So it's always important to stay open-minded and listen to what somebody has to say. It is very important. Without further ado, let's get moving. Feedback with a purpose. whenever you're going to be scheduling a speech through Toastmasters, one thing that's very important is to discuss with your evaluator what you want them to focus on. Whenever you're going through your progression of public speaking, keep in mind that there's a number of things that you could be working on. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to break those down and give our evaluator and our team the basic overview of what we want them to focus on in hopes of that evaluation being more effective and something that we can take in, consolidate, and apply it so that we can learn it. Okay, so after that conversation has been had with the evaluator, you're going to give that speech. With your evaluator in the room, they are going to evaluate your speech based on a number of things, primarily what you had discussed with them before. It's very important that whenever you sit down with your evaluator after your speech and receive their feedback, keep in mind that what they have to say, they need to keep in mind that what they need to say is to get you in hopes of where you're trying to go. Okay, say for an example, I want to use different vocal variety. Okay, so whenever they evaluate me, they need to say, hey, they need to stick to their constructive criticism, focusing on my vocal variety, maybe and not my hand gestures, despite them maybe being confusing and not directly applicable to my speech. That is something that we can discuss separately, and they should be focused on what I've asked, in some cases, vocal variety. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to discuss is don't close off the fortress. Whenever we're having constructive criticism and feedback, as I've mentioned earlier, sometimes we can take it personal. We work hard, we do a whole lot to progress when possible, and sometimes receiving that constructive criticism can be too much. So we always have to keep in mind that those around us, especially those in our Toastmasters crew, they're here to help us learn and to grow. So whenever we're receiving their constructive criticism, we need to keep in mind it is for our best purpose. It's to help us grow and it's to help us develop. So keep in mind that we want to don't close off the fortress and keep an open mind. All right. So as I mentioned before, Green. Oh, green. Okay. One thing we need to remember is that feedback is an important part of our public communication journey. So we always need to keep in mind that if you're somebody who's an evaluator and you're giving some form of evaluation, newer members try to keep it more positive, to keep it encouraging. If it's a member that is older, you can get more so to the point. Either way, make sure that it is constructive. Okay. And as I said, make sure that what you're saying, they are able to use to progress what they're trying to learn in their speech. And finally, what we're going to discuss is, as I said earlier, keep an open mind, stay open-minded. The reason that this is so important is you need to really listen to what they have to say. In some cases, what they're saying may not be directly applicable to what you're working on, but what they have to say can be very important and can help you learn and grow. With that being said, thank you all very much for the time. If anybody has any questions, please let me know.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Jacob, for giving us the feedback importance, and definitely, one should be open-minded, and it's important for the growth and the progress. That's great. Well said. Now I would like to ask Mr. Timer if you give us 1 minute so we can give comments to Jacob. And those who are sitting there in person, if you can please write down a piece of paper and hand over to Jacob right there, that will be great.
What about you? Can you, because he doesn't have his computer,
Okay.
maybe text to your text number if you want, or how do you prefer the comments? Yeah, I know. Or okay, that's fine. All right, so one minute.
I joined in a couple of minutes after 6:30. I have the phone number written down, but what exactly am I supposed to be sending?
Comments to Jacobs. We write a few comments and send those to him.
Oh,
Office.
okay. Okay, great.
Jorge,
Gotcha.
what's the phone number of Jacob?
1 minute is up.
That's my phone number.
No, the phone number is for the
It's for votes.
for the votes.
For the
It's for
vote,
the
yeah,
vote.
not for the Jacob's feedback or his
Jacob.
comments.
Yeah, just a vote.
So
Nick?
if you want to send some comments to Jacob, send them on email for now.
Oh, okay, okay,
His email
good.
account.
Thank you so much. Okay, and Mr. Timer, we would like to know that, does the
Well-
Jacob qualify?
Yes, Jacob qualified.
Okay, so since he's the only speaker, we don't need the balloting. So we are going to move on our next agenda, on our next topic, correct?
Correct.
Mhm. Okay, so now let's go back to our next agenda. That is going to be our table topic master. And today for our table topic master, we are going to invite our president, Mr. Jorge Alba.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmasters. So for the benefit of our new member, Nick, which just is our new member with the club, the table topic Toastmasters or impromptu speaking, everybody gets to answer to a question, or everybody that wants to participate answer to a question that I prepare here tonight, and you have 1 to 2 minutes to respond to the question. So when you get to
Right.
1 minute, I will provide you with a green background. When you get to 1.5 minutes, I'll provide you with a yellow background, and when you get to 2 minutes, you get a red background, and you have 30 seconds to wrap up your presentation. So with this, we have enough questions for everybody participating. So I'm going to have everybody here participating actually.
Good.
So I'm going to start with Mr. Avi. Mr. Avi, we have 3 general topics and 10 questions per topic. So please select one of the general topics, 1, 2, or 3. 3. All right. And here, okay, here we only have 8. Select from 1 to 8 your question. 2. If you could only take 2 items with you to a deserted island, what will they be and why? Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, keep.
Okay, if I can take only 2 items in an island, what will that be? There are 2 assumptions when I'm going to that. And these 2 are not the items that I'm taking. The assumption is there is nothing there in that island. And second is that I'm going to come back from that island for sure. Keeping that in mind, the 2 items that I'm going to take with me is a pen and a paper, lots of paper. While I'm there, I'm not doing anything at all. The best I can utilize my time beyond the fact that I have to survive there is to put my thoughts in, put my ideas somewhere, and being alone in a different solitude world, that's the best place where you can generate some new world-changing ideas. I am hoping that is something I'll be getting there. And as once I come back, there will be different things, different overview, different perspective that I can bring for the rest of the world here. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you very much, Avi. Let me take note of your time too, since I'm doing 2 things at the same time. All right. So the next table topic speaker of the evening, let's give the opportunity to somebody that is joining us from online. So let's have Mrs. Jessica.
Oh, okay.
Please select one topic, 1, 2, or 3.
Number 2, please.
Number 2, and then we have 10 questions in number 2. So select from 1 to 10.
Number 7.
Number 7. Easy. That's a very easy one for you. What is your hidden talent? The floor is yours, Jessica.
What is what? I can't hear.
What is your hidden talent?
Oh,
My
my
Hidden
hidden talent.
Yes.
hidden talent. Okay. All right. I can start. I guess my hidden talent is always try to learn something. No matter, I'm good with plants and I have a pet. And right now I'm trying to learn the singing. So I am attending singing class every week and also part of a choir. So spend almost 8 hours every week on singing. So twice or 3 times practice. The singing class itself take me 4 hours every Sunday. And then the choir usually 1 or 2 hours. And that really helped. I mean, the time I put in really helped me improve. Before, I never know, like I always thought, okay, I'm not that good at singing, but I always want to learn. And sometimes I'm out of tone. Even right now, I'm still out of tone, but with the practicing, with the class, with everything else put together, that really helps. And I did one performance early this year, yeah, with the singing group, and hopefully I can do better and better. So I guess try to get this hidden talent developed. That's it. Thank you. Back to you, Mr.
Jessica.
Toastmaster. Yeah. Table topic master.
That's all right.
Correct. Thank you very much, Jessica. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Very interesting, very good. We didn't know that you were a singer, that you are learning to sing. That's awesome.
Yeah, learning to
That's
sing.
All right. So let's put our new member on the spot. Mr. Nick, please select topic 1, 2, or 3.
3.
3. And select question 1 through 8. Obviously, one question was already taken.
What number was taken?
Number, what was that? I forgot.
Let's just go 5.
Number 2 was taken. 5. Okay. Well, this is kind of interesting too. What are 3 things you look for in a good friend? 3 things that you look for in a good friend. Time is up.
Started now?
Yes, please. Go ahead. You have
Awesome.
one.
Okay. So 3 things that I look for in a good friend. That has changed throughout my life. And I'd say as I become older and older, the 3 things that I look for in a friend, first is someone that's genuine and has good intentions with where their future is going, kind of has a plan for themselves. Not someone that has everything figured out, but someone that puts one foot in front of the other and is living a productive lifestyle. The second thing I look for in a friend is some sort of middle ground. I would like to have a friend that I can share activities with because, like I said, the older I get, the more time, every moment of free time that I have, I like to spend in my hobbies. And when I can hang out with a friend and pursue my hobbies at the same time, that's very beneficial, mutually beneficial. And I think that that is very important. The third would be someone who isn't necessarily needy. I think that I've run into issues with friendships where others were upset when maybe I wasn't putting as much time into the relationship as they were. And although I think it's very important to prioritize your friends, I think that it is important to have boundaries and respect your other obligations. So I think that those are, as an adult, the 3 traits for a friend that I look for.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nick. All right, so our next table topic speaker of the evening is right here, sitting next to me. Or
Yes, sir. Number 1.
Number 1, and which
Question 7.
Question 7. If you time travel naked 200 years in the past, how would you prove that you were from the future? That's a difficult one.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topics Master. If I time travel through the past, how will I know that I belong to the future? Something like that. The key thing for me, as I mentioned during our last meeting, is intellectual curiosity. Curiosity is so important in life. Whether you are reflecting on the past or you are looking forward into the future. Why should we be curious? What does that actually mean? It was Albert Einstein that once said, I have no special talent. I'm only passionately curious. Imagine that. Albert looked into his past, he looked into his present, and he is projecting into the future. And he was able to tell himself, look, you may be looking at me, just like people looked at Albert Einstein in those years, that he was talented. Actually, I'm not talented. I'm just passionately curious. I'm intellectually curious. And what does that mean? It means understanding my past and being real about what that past looked like. Bringing my past to my present and understanding what is it that I'm doing right now? What really should I be doing? And then projecting into the future by saying, okay, what are the what if scenarios that I should be looking at right now in my life? Fellow Toastmasters, I want to encourage you tonight, whether you are looking into your past, you are assessing your present, or you are forecasting into your future, be passionately curious. Curiosity will not just keep you where you are, it's going to take you well into your future. Back to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your question, your answer.
Yes, sir.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's get the opportunity to one more of our virtual friends. So I guess, Madam Toastmaster, it's your turn. So please, one topic and one number, one question.
Okay, so the number I would choose, was number 2 taken?
So you have to take three topics first, 1, 2, or 3, and then one question out of the topic that you choose. So
Okay, so number 3 was taken, was it?
well, I mean, you can have number 3. You can have
Number 3,
but
okay. Yeah, go ahead for
question
number 3.
1 through 10 of number 3. I'm sorry, question 1 through 8 of number 3.
Okay, then I'll go for 5.
5. That was already taken.
Okay.
But you can take 4 or 6 if you want to.
Okay, that's fine. 4 is okay.
4. Okay. Who are 2 people in your life that inspired you and why? 2 people in your life that inspired you and why?
2 people who inspired you, who inspired me. Okay. Thank you so much for the question, for the prompt, Mr. Table Topic Master. The 2 people that in my life who inspired me, one is my father. My father, he inspired me because he was very hardworking person, and he was very humble. He was very polite, and he would always work for others. He was so much giving that a lot of times he would go out of his way to work for others, to help for others, even for the poor people. We did not know when he was alive that how much he helped to others. After his death, we came to know a lot of people, they were coming and they were telling us that your dad did this to us, your dad did this to us, and he was giving money and all these things. We came to know after his death. That was one person that I was very much inspired with, and definitely a lot of things I learned from him. And the second person I would say that who I was inspired with was my teacher. My teacher who was in my 5th grade, and a lot of things I learned from her. Her patience and her compassionate, and the way she was compassionate, and the way she was kind of polite. So a lot of these things I took from her and I learned, and that's why I think I am here now in the same field. So those are the 2 people who inspired me a lot in my life. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your answers too. Okay, so we have one more person here.
Yes.
Nobody will be free of questions tonight. Mr. Speaker.
Yeah.
So again, 1, 2, or 3.
Give me 3.
3, okay. Everybody like 3 tonight.
Okay, give me 1.
Okay, everybody like 1 tonight. Question?
1 and then give me 1.
1 and 1. Okay, you will love this question. I'm sure you love this question. Very deep question. How do you feel about putting mayonnaise on French fries?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now that question is not something I'd like to think about, but for the purpose of giving you a speech that is, you know, from the inside of me, maybe something that you can connect with. First and foremost, mayonnaise. I would have never thought that I liked mayonnaise, period. I did put mayonnaise on my hamburger when I was in 2nd grade, but that was the last time that I had ever done that. Okay. With that being said, would I put it on French fries? First and foremost, when I think of French fries, I love very thin and crispy French fries. I love mustard, but I do not love mustard on my thin and crispy French fries. Now, mayonnaise is something that I think of, you know, it is a very thick, creamy substance that to this day, what would I like to put it on? I would say a ham sandwich would be it. But what about French fries? I would not want to put it on French fries because I don't believe that the thick and creaminess of mayonnaise goes with the thin and crunchiness that I like and expect out of my French fries. So would I put mayonnaise on French fries? No, I would not. What are my personal thoughts and feelings about it? I would try to avoid it at all costs, but I would also say for the purpose of trying something that I have never done before, I would try it for the purpose of trying it. And outside of that, I would avoid it. Anyways, thank you very much, Mr. Tabletop.
Thank you very much, Jacob.
Thank you, sir.
I knew that was going to be a very interesting answer.
Yeah.
Thank you, appreciate it. So, Madam Toastmaster, we have accomplished our table topic masters of the evening.
So let's ask you one question too.
Yes, sir.
You have a
Yeah,
lot of
go ahead, go ahead.
and we have room.
But somebody has to time it. Somebody has to time it.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So just let me know.
So which one are you gonna take? Which
So
group?
let's take group 1. Let's take question number 4. Hasn't been taken, I guess.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been taken. Let me see if I can ask you a hard question. So
I feel like number 4. I don't know what number
Okay, I'm
4
gonna
was.
ask you. Question group 1, number 4, right?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, what is now considered classy, but used to be very trashy?
Used to be very trashy,
Trashy.
but was considered classy.
Yes.
That is a very difficult question, especially for an old guy like me. Because there are many things that I will say that in the past, if you go to a professional meeting, nothing wrong about that. If you go to a professional meeting wearing like a jeans and a polo shirt or a t-shirt, that will be considered very unprofessional. I wouldn't say trashy, but not very professional. I guess any professional meeting, any special gathering, you have to wear formal or very formal in some occasions. These days, actually, if you dress up to a professional meeting the way Jacob is dressing tonight, there's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
In many occasions, it may be considered even very classy. You wear a nice polo shirt with a nice set of jeans, it will be considered very classy.
Yes.
So that what I would say how times change from what it used to be maybe 20, 30 years ago, and what it is today now, when the way we dress and change totally different. What would be considered trashy is not anymore. And I would say that is talking about men and how men wear their dresses and everything. But even in women, it's more notorious. Because if you think about what women used to wear their hair or their dresses 20, 30 years ago and the way they do it today is completely different, especially for very young women. I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't imagine how people will dressing today will be taken seriously like they were dressing the same way 30 years ago. So I guess things change and evolve, and I guess we all have to get used to. And what we consider trashy in the past now is aligned with culture.
Good.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Good job. Good job. Thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Table Topic Master. What was his time?
So now, yes,
2 minutes exactly.
2 minutes. Okay.
Yeah,
2 minutes.
with my Toastmasters. So as a timer, I just have to say that everybody qualified. So if you want to send
Send me your ballot,
your ballot for the
the
best.
best table topic responder. Just text me 832-331-4713. 832-331-4713. Text it to me, please. Thank you. Yeah, you can write. Yeah, if you're in the room, write it down.
Right.
If you don't want, and then I've got you just text it, okay? Very good. I know Abby would not write it down, will text it. Excellent. I think
So Nick, Jessica, and myself will be doing on everyone's chat, right? So that you all can see. Do
No,
we have to put the chat on like chat? We have to send the message to everyone, correct?
no, we
no,
send to
just
Akin.
text-
We test to Akin.
yeah,
No, but-
exactly. Just text me.
Yeah, okay. We all are texting him. Got it.
Yeah, just text me. Yeah.
Yeah, 832-331-4713.
Okay, I got it. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 votes.
We need more votes. We have 8 people.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, we have 7 people. So not 8.
6.
Yeah,
No, I think it's good enough. I
Yeah,
think
we-
I kind of we have a winner already, so don't let's go too far on this. Yeah, no, that's fine. All right, back to you, Mr. No, Madam Toastmaster. Madam
Thank you so
Toastmaster,
much.
back to you.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much, Mr. Table Topic Master. Now we are going to go to our next segment, and that is going to be the evaluation. So I am going to invite the first evaluator for the speech that Jacob has done. So the first evaluator is our one and only Akin Oni. Please welcome him.
Very much. And usually what we used to do when we were meeting in person, you have to stand up if you don't mind, even though you are classy. I appreciate that. All right, evaluation of Jacob. First off, thank you, Jacob, for blessing us with the gift of your speech tonight. I will evaluate you on the 3-2-1 methodology. 3 things that I noticed in your speech, 2 things that you should consider working on, and 1 thing that is outstanding from my standpoint. Jacob, your speech title was first we listen, then we think, and finally we construct. That's actually an intelligent title. Because as your audience member, I wasn't really sure which direction this was going to go. Whether you are going to say we should listen, or you are going to say we should think, or you are going to say we should construct. That was actually good because as a speaker, creating a sense of anticipation is actually a recipe for success as a speaker. When you have a title or a speech title and people actually don't know what to expect, and then you showed up, and then you introduced the speech so well the way you did. I think that was fantastic. So you had a great introduction. You told us what you will tell us, and you told us what you just told us. You asked the why question, why feedback is important. The need to use positivity, the need to be constructive. And then you said, let's get moving. I thought that was very good because you started with us, helping us understand what you are going to tell us. And then you summarize at a very high level. It's just like coming out with an executive summary. And then you ended that executive summary with, let's get moving. That was fantastic. Next is feedback with a purpose. That's what you talked about. Help your evaluator understand your focus areas, give the speech, and then take on the feedback. I really like that. All of us here, we are speakers. And at one point or the other, we would need to want to deliver speeches. And if we're better organized, you'll realize that we actually should be having that conversation. Look, Mr. Avi, you're going to be evaluating me. I really like you to focus on how I open the speech and how I close the speech. Or I like you to focus on how I use my body language, whether what I say aligns with my body language. There are different things you could tell your evaluator. That was very good. We all should do that. And then when you are provided feedback, know that it's an opportunity. Just keep it positive, stay open-minded. And the three things very quickly that I like: great introduction with clarity, good eye contact, and good use of space. Two things to work on: keep speaking. You are getting better with each meeting. Just keep doing it. It becomes part of you. And then use pauses if you could. Don't just keep talking and talking, use pauses. And very importantly, you're standing there for me. I know I'm way out of time, but I'm the only evaluator, so I'm good. Very importantly, that was an excellent topic, the topic around listening. Because there's none of us here that would say, oh, I'm very perfect in terms of listening. Some people are better than others, don't get me wrong. But capacity to listen is actually one of the things that Toastmasters teaches us. But most of us, we think all we are here to do is just learn and talk. Learn, lead and talk, rather. Lead, communicate, lead, communicate. Listening is actually one of the most important reasons we are in Toastmasters. And if we can focus on that, even if you are good, strive to be better. We will all actually achieve greater heights in our profession. So listening is a core skill that we all need to learn from. Excellent speak, great delivery. Plus, how to do. I mean, this is how to blow on brand. That's fantastic. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Akin, for your great evaluation.
Yes.
Now, I am going to call for the report. I'm going to call Mr. General Evaluator to, okay, before I proceed, Mr. Timer, do the evaluator qualify?
Not really, but he gave a great evaluation.
He did great. Okay, so that's fine. So he's winner already. Okay, thank you so much. So, okay, now I'm going to call a general evaluator to please introduce his team, and they're going to give us the detailed report.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. All right. Well, what a great meeting we have had tonight. Despite the rain, we really appreciate everyone. The first functionary I'm going to call upon right now is the grammarian. That's Dr. Alba. Can you please give your grammarian speech?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, the very excellent use of English language tonight. However, I didn't recall, and I tried hard to see if anybody used the word reverescence. And I don't think anybody, including myself, used it tonight. So I guess it was a little bit too hard.
Yeah.
But you could have used a synonymous of that word if you wanted, like become young again. But anyway, nobody used it. However, the meeting was pretty good. Everybody here has a very good use of the English language. I didn't really notice any misuse or grammarian mistakes in any of the speeches or any of the table topics. So altogether, a very good report from the grammarian. Excellent. Thank you very much.
All right. Maybe as the timer, you can just give
And
the
the timer,
timer
correct.
report before I call on Jessica.
Right. So as the timer report, again, everybody did very well tonight. Jacob did 6 minutes and 14 seconds. His presentation was 5 to 7, so was right within the time. On the table topics, Abid had a presentation of 107, Jessica 154, Nick 142, Akin 2 minutes, Rafia 136, Jacob 121, and I was told by Jessica that my time was 145. And on the evaluation, you only have 4 minutes, 38 seconds.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's shake my hand.
Sorry.
No, you're good. All right. Now, our counter is Jessica. Jessica, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. Most of people are doing really well. I didn't notice anything from Jorge speaking as grammarian, timer, various roles. Akin, I noticed 1 ya and 3 Jacob, I noticed you use 1 3 and a couple of times of you know. Abby, nothing. Nick, I noticed you use several and which I still, like, for 7, 8 years here, I still have a lot of I and R's. It's very reasonable. Rafia, I noticed about 5 and that's it. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Now, as the general evaluator, let me say this. This was actually a very well-run meeting. Despite the fact that we didn't have all the functionaries before the start of the meeting, we did very well. One thing that I would just encourage us is, please, let's go online and sign up. Let's sign up. Don't let's wait until the club president calls on us like he did with me this time. I always like to sign up. And then, of course, when you are speaking, there's a section on the agenda, putting your speech intro. Very important. And sometimes too, you can go the extra mile of emailing it to the Toastmaster. That way, whether they have it on the agenda or they don't, at least they can pull up their phones. We all have carry our phones around these days. Some people, even like me, they have 2 phones for weird reasons. So we have opportunity to at least have a proper introduction. I like it when I'm so prepared that I'm able to send my intro to the Toastmaster and they actually are able to read it out. It's very important. It actually, it gives me special power, if you know what I mean. So thank you all so much for tonight. Here's one thing that I'm going to say. One of the reasons I continue to have a lot of, I can't even think of the right adjective right now, but I continue to be inspired here is because when I see people at one point and I see where they are today, not just me, and I see improvement, I feel really good. Like Jacob demonstrated that tonight. Whether when he delivered his speech or even when he came here to just talk about, talk right on the spot, impromptu speech, you did very well. It's things like that encourage me. People may not know it. When Avi comes up here and he speaks very well, I feel actually empowered, I feel encouraged, I feel inspired, I feel motivated. It's very important for me. And where I am right now in life, I'm always very encouraged to see people do well. I will not be a happy man if I see someone coming here and they don't do well and they're trying their best. I want to see people do well. So please, let's continue to bring our A games to the meetings. It's very important. We're not here just to pay Toastmasters dues. No, we want to grow. We want to improve ourselves. It's very important. I'm not there yet. I'm on a journey. I am becoming someone. And who I'm becoming is more important than who I have been. Forget about DTM letters. Doesn't mean anything to me. If I can't see Jessica improving, or I can't see Nick improving, or I can't see Jacob or Ohe or Rafia improving, it makes no sense to me to come in here. So your capacity to choose to improve yourself is actually one of the driving force for me to keep showing up, no matter what. I actually was at a Toastmasters event during the day today just to induct them. Wore my tie, that was why I dressed like this. I went there, they invited me to actually come and conduct their new club officer induction. I was very inspired by the people. I was with them before, and then seeing them today where they are. Very inspiring to me. So I would just want to encourage you, because I know we have time. That's why I'm saying all that I'm saying. I want to encourage you. We're starting another Toastmaster year in a few weeks. Who are you becoming? And what steps are you going to take to continue to take one step after the other as you advance towards your goal? It's very important. I don't like it when I see people just tiptoeing through Toastmasters Club activities. Grab it by the hands. Let your inner self actually know. Develop a new inner velocity that will propel you forward and make you a better speaker, make you a better person, make you a better listener, make you a better communicator. It's very important, because right now, you know my story. When I was in high school, I couldn't speak to a lady for 30 seconds. I meant 30 seconds. What will you be saying? Good morning. How are you? That's it. I will go my way. And every lady wanted to talk to me, because right from what you call grade 9 here, everybody knew I would be the valedictorian. There was no denying. It was just whoever was going to be runners up that people were thinking about, the weren't sure. So every lady wanted to talk to me, but I couldn't spend 30 seconds talking to them, because what will I be saying? Whereas I would see some of my friends, they would stand in one spot on campus, high school campus, talking to a lady for 45 minutes. I said, are you guys sick? What are you talking about? They said, sweet nothing. So aside from that, I just want to encourage us, because I am really inspired with what I saw during the lunch hour today as I went to induct some officers. And I'm equally inspired with what I've seen here tonight. And I just want to encourage, what is it that you can do to improve yourself? Start with you. And you'll realize that as you improve yourself, you are inspiring people like myself. You are giving me a lot of reasons to keep coming, because I know as I see you improve, you are going to encourage me. I will continue to improve myself. So thank you also very much for bringing your A game tonight. Let's encourage others who are still not sure whether they should be here or not. Let's encourage them to be a part. Now we have two options. Thanks to Mr. President. We can come in here in person and hang out, which I enjoy. And we can stay online. You know, it's all good. I mean, but this club will continue to be, as we've talked about. There's no denying that. We're not going anywhere. So people just need to get on the bus, because we're going somewhere. Thank you so very much. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for those empowering words for us. I'm going to hand over meeting to Mr. President after thanking our functionary team, General Evaluator, Speaker, Mr. Evaluator also, and Mr. Avi. So I would like to give meeting to Mr. President, Jorge Alba.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmasters. Appreciate it. So before, we have two more things important tonight before we finish with this meeting. First of all, we need to select our best, well, we know the best speaker of the evening.
That's right. And
by
the
default.
And the best evaluator.
The best evaluator. By default. I'll owe you your ribbons. I already ordered them, but they haven't come yet, so I owe you your ribbons, but I will have them with me next time. I hope so. But more important, let's select the best
Table topic.
Table topic of the evening.
Yes, that's the name.
So let's make some noise here. This table topic speaker of the evening for tonight was Nick.
Congratulations. Hey, congratulations.
You were selected as the best table topic speaker.
Thank you.
All right, so with this, we have a very special evening tonight because it's our election of our dignitaries, our officers for the next year, 24-25. That they will be inducted by our area director, Jeff.
Yes.
Jeff will be coming.
Yeah.
Will be coming here next to our next meeting to induct the new officers. So I really encourage everybody to participate. Hopefully, if you can join us in person, will be even much nicer for the next meeting that it should take place in this same place in the library. And Jeff will be coming, our area director will be coming to do the induction. So I guess we have to have a vote first.
Yes.
So we have candidates for president. Candidate for president, the person that postulated, his name was Tosin Esho. Anybody else wants to postulate your name for president of our club for the next year? Nobody else? So let's vote for president for Tosin Esho. Raise your hands. I guess it's unanimous vote.
Yes.
All right, unanimous vote for president for Tosin Esho. For VPE or Vice President of Education, the name that is postulated right now is Jessica Son. Anybody else wants to postulate somebody else for VP of Education? No,
No,
she's.
she's fine.
No. Our screen.
You mean Jessica?
Oh, our image is
Yeah.
frozen. Yeah, we are frozen.
Can y'all hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you, but you guys are not moving.
Yeah,
I know.
okay, the screen's frozen.
Our screen is frozen for
Okay,
some
yeah,
reason.
that's right.
Okay, but that's fine.
We have IT on hand though.
That's right. We have tech support.
Okay,
It's
so,
not IT, tech support.
Tech support.
so everybody vote for Jessica Son for VP of Education?
Well, I guess they can't see us, but we'll just.
Unanimous.
That's okay.
I can
That's
see
okay.
them.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just refreshing the camera.
Jessica, you did win, just in case you were curious.
Okay.
You have,
Thank you.
you have no opposition. All right,
Okay.
our VP of memberships. So the person that was nominated was Jacob Nulish. Anybody else wants to nominate your name or somebody else for VP of membership? So I guess everybody votes for
Yes.
Jacob. All right,
Yes.
unanimous.
Yeah.
VP of Public Relations. So I nominate myself for VP of Public Relations, even though I'm going to be past president
That's all
and
right.
VP of Public Relations. But I'm going to take in a double function next year.
Yeah.
So anybody else wants to nominate somebody else for VP of Public Relations? So with that, we vote for
Yes.
Public
Okay.
Relations.
That's
All right.
right.
So I will be the next
Yeah.
VP of Public Relations.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
For secretary, the person nominated is Elias Dasbas, which is not present right now. But everybody agree on Elias Dasbas for VP?
Yeah.
I mean, for secretary?
For secretary, yes.
For treasurer, we are not changing it this year. It's too much trouble to change our treasurer.
Yeah.
As Rafia knows very well and Jessica knows very well. So our treasurer for next year will be Soma
Yeah.
Chatterjee.
That's
She will
good.
be the treasurer. And finally, last but not least, actually one of the most important positions in this club, our sergeant at arms, Abby. Abby, thank you, Abby, because I know this position. That's why it's possible that we can have these hybrid meetings.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you very much. So with that,
Thanks,
our
Abby.
new board of directors for Southwest Project Management Toastmaster is President, Mr. Tosin Esho, VP of Education, Jessica Son, VP of Memberships is Jacob Nulish, VP of Public Relations is Jorge Alba, Secretary is Elias Dasbas, Treasurer is Soma Chatterjee, and Sergeant at Arms is Abhi Chowdhury. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Sorry, yeah.
Chowdhury, Abhi Chowdhury. So with this, congratulations. And please try to be here next meeting so we can have our induction in person with our area director.
Yes.
So with that, that concludes our meeting. But before I let you go, I want to kind of make emphasis on what you said before. Really, the more we put into Toastmasters, the more we get back from Toastmasters. So if we really want to improve, want to become better speakers. And another area that I think consider very important that Toastmasters allowed to do is to become better leaders. Toastmasters give us a platform where we can practice leadership skills, we can learn leadership skills, and not in many organizations you can do that. Normally, organizations have a pool of people that they build them for leadership, and that's it, and nobody else can get to that level. Toastmasters focus totally different. Everybody has to be a leader, everybody has to participate, and that's a great opportunity that I think we can only have in this club and in Toastmasters. So with that, really take advantage of those opportunities to become a better leader and a better speaker. That this organization, I believe, is the only one where you can get better at both of those. So before we finish our meeting, we have a couple of traditions. Number one is we ask our guests what they think about the meeting and what they like about the meeting. I know Nick is not a guest anymore. You are a full member of Toastmasters, but I want to ask you, I mean, what do you think about the meeting? What do you think that we can improve, that we can do different? So I can pass that information to our new president, our new leadership board, so they can improve our meetings. Nick, please.
Sounds like they're going to get it firsthand for the most part. I think that you guys have it structured very well and down to a science. It seems like there's some tenure here and that y'all have been doing it a while. I see that it's run. I feel like it's running pretty seamlessly. Honestly, y'all have done a good job of explaining things in real time, keeping me up to speed. I don't have any constructive criticism at all.
Thank you very much, Nick. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for and thank you, Jorge, for emailing me back and forth and being patient, getting me signed up. That was a hectic couple of weeks.
And I still need to work a little bit more to get you completely feel into the selecting a pathway, which is the next thing that you have to start working on.
Right, I did select the pathway and I have access to that now. I did.
Okay, perfect. But I'll work with you one-on-one to help you a little bit, even though that should be more of a Jessica's responsibility.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm thinking. Maybe.
Now,
yeah.
Let's for now, you are fully inducted as a VP of Education. I work with Nick and help you getting ready and getting set up for your icebreaker speech, which should be coming pretty soon.
Yes.
Perfect. Let me know a date and I'll be ready.
Exactly. Well, if you are brave enough, you can do it at the next meeting if you want to. That would be a good way to get your feet wet and jump in the pool.
You just need 4 minutes minimum.
You got 20
4
minutes left.
minutes? Okay. Let's plan on me doing that at the next meeting.
The next meeting. Okay.
Okay.
So you can sign up for the next meeting or we can sign you up.
Perfect.
And actually, somebody here in this meeting is proposing that you do it right now because he said that we have
He said we have time.
that we have time for you. Talk about impressive speeches.
No problem.
That's not going to be pretty if I do it right now.
Our
This week, next 2 weeks.
The Toastmaster of the, how do we call it? We call it
The shout out moment.
the shout out moment of the evening. So
Yeah.
really, again, I want this shout out moment of the evening to make it for everybody that participated, everybody that is here, and even people that couldn't be here because of a car accident.
Yeah, exactly.
So they were on their way here to be part of this meeting. So everybody that takes a Wednesday evening night off from your families, from your friends, instead of going to a bar or going, I don't know, to baseball game or whatever, you spend your Friday evenings, your Wednesday evenings here with us to get better, to improve. Exactly. So really, this is a shout out moment for everybody here participating.
That's good.
Thank you very much and congratulations to everybody. And with that, I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, I just want to say, Mr. President, I really like to say happy Father's Day in advance to all the fathers and father figures in our club. We really appreciate you all. We love you all. Enjoy your time this weekend with family and friends, and continue to be an impressive father that you are. Thank you all so very much for being a part of this club.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And see everybody, hopefully in person, 2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah.
This in place.